So far in this video, we've got our base set up and we've started using Claude Chat. But throughout the process, I keep mentioning Claude Chat, Claude CoWork, projects, and to a certain extent, Claude Code. For the purpose of this particular series, we're not going to go into depth about Claude Code. That will follow in another series. But what I wanted to do is make a very quick video about which of these interfaces to use when for what type of work. Let's start with the chat window. It's the one we've already looked at and it's definitely the most straightforward. It's for quick conversations, micro research, just sort of question and answer. Oftentimes a little bit of pushback and refinement, maybe 2, 3, or 4 turns in the conversation, and sometimes a document is output. But generally the output is contained within that chat window. It's not for working on broader files. And most of those times, those conversations are throwaway. There is the exception when we will go back and review the conversations, but generally it's sort of one and done. The next interface is CoWork, and it's really for working on documents. Now, we haven't touched on it yet, and don't worry about that. The next video, we'll dive into detail on how to work with CoWork and the features within CoWork. But for this video, and just in general terms, I want you to understand that we use CoWork when we want to work on documents. The difference between CoWork and chat, let's say chat is where you maybe summarize a document, and CoWork perhaps you open and edit and make changes to that document. And it's where Claude starts to feel less like a chatbot and more like a real assistant. So what about projects? This is where it started to get hazy for me because you can bring CoWork folders to your projects. So what is the difference? And in essence, the difference is projects has a relatively static context where I can give it some information, let's say a static brief that can be shared between teams instantly without any setup. Well, setup from the first person, let's say, and no setup from the rest of the team. Now, why is that useful when in CoWork I can have context in the form of files that are stored locally on my machine? Well, a few things. Projects works in the browser as well as in the desktop app, where CoWork doesn't. But the easiest way for me to think about it is take the name quite literally. If I were to start an IT project, for example, then I would go to the client and get a brief of what their requirements were, and that brief is relatively static. So I can set up that brief in the project, and then I can bring a CoWork folder and work on the outputs, but the general brief from the client doesn't change. And for me, that's probably the best way to understand when to use project, when your context or a part of your context is relatively static, and you want to be able to share that context with your teammates without them having to set it up themselves or without them really being able to deviate from the static instructions. Finally, I just briefly wanted to mention Claude Code because it is such a powerful product. It's generally used for more complex automations or building applications. It's not really the focus of this video series, so I'll leave it at that and we'll cover Claude Code in much more depth in a separate series. Now that we understand the basic foundations, I think the names that Anthropic have chosen make so much sense. You've got chat, it's for chat. It's back and forth, it's talking, it's kind of throwaway. We don't come back to our chats particularly often. CoWork is what it sounds like. It co-works with you. It's an assistant. It's helping you work on Office documents, whether that be creation or editing or understanding, but it is essentially your co-working assistant. And then finally, projects, which can layer on top of your co-working assistant. But the best analogy, as I've mentioned, is a static brief for an actual project. Of course, it can apply in many different ways. So if you've got another way that projects or any of the other interfaces might be really useful, go ahead and comment in the section below. That's it for this one. And as I said, it would be really quick. If this is helpful for you in terms of your AI adoption journey, particularly into your business, and you like the sort of no BS and no hype AI advice, then please go ahead and like and subscribe. It's a massive help for me to make these videos. Until the next one, have a good one.